Okay, let's dive into this. Welcome to today's explainer, where we're going to look at a massive structural shift that's happening right under our feet. We're exploring the death of the traditional 9 to 5 and exactly how you can survive and honestly actually thrive in the new U.S. economy as we navigate 2026.
I want to start with a feeling I think we all share right now. If you've walked into a grocery store anywhere in America recently, you've probably felt that quiet, underlying anxiety when the cashier hands you the receipt, right? Well, it's not just you. The financial pressure is very, very real, and it's a clear signal that the traditional path to economic security is fundamentally changing.
Here's our roadmap for today. We'll cover the broken 9 to 5, why the system fractured, the incoming AI automation wave, how to become an un-layoffable specialist, and lastly, your 4-step action plan. Now, promise me you'll stick with me through some of the tough data early on, because by the end of this explainer, I am giving you the exact blueprint to build true financial resilience. Section 1. The broken 9 to 5 and the death of the American dream.
And this brilliantly illustrates what's happening. The traditional path, graduating college, getting a predictable corporate job, securing a 3% mortgage, well, that's officially dead. That was the old American dream. Our 2026 reality is a whole lot harsher. We're facing aggressive remote global competition, deep AI integration, and a genuine white-collar crisis. Remote work didn't just change where we work, it completely flipped what companies are actually willing to pay us.
Section 2. Why the system broke, the core shift. To really understand our future, we have to look objectively at the data to see exactly how the middle class broke down in the first place. 3%. Historically, this has been the average annual salary increase for a loyal corporate employee. For decades, this slow, steady climb is quite literally what built the American middle class. But instantly, that 3% is totally eclipsed by our new reality, 6%. That is the annual cost of living increase. When you think about it, the math hits home hard. The average home price in the U.S. has completely decoupled from median household incomes. So, staying loyal to one company actually results in a pay cut every single year. Working harder at your current job simply isn't a viable strategy for financial freedom anymore.
So what caused this decoupling? It boils down to 3 colliding macroeconomic forces: corporate consolidation, infinite inflation, and global arbitrage. Back in the 1970s, a single income could comfortably buy a house and support a family. Today, the purchasing power of the dollar has drastically fallen, and these 3 forces are aggressively keeping wages suppressed while costs absolutely skyrocket.
Let's clearly define that third force, global arbitrage. Look, why pay a graphic designer in San Francisco $90,000 a year, plus health benefits, when a company can hire an equally talented designer in Eastern Europe or South Asia for $25,000? In a fully digital world, geographic loyalty from corporations is just entirely gone. Section 3. The AI automation wave and shrinking job pools. This is the next major force. And just to be super clear here, we aren't talking about physical robots replacing factory workers on an assembly line. We are talking about algorithms directly replacing white-collar roles, mid-level managers, junior coders, copywriters, data analysts. If your daily job consists of just moving data from point A to point B, answering standard emails, or writing basic code, I have to be honest with you, you are in the danger zone. Jobs aren't disappearing entirely, but they are shrinking drastically. This quote from the source material perfectly captures the stark reality. One person armed with an advanced AI workflow can now do the job of a 5-person marketing team. Think about what that actually means for a second. What happens to the other 4 people? Well, they are forced out into a highly competitive, wage-depressing job market. Section 4. Becoming an un-layoffable specialist. The solution. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how it flips the narrative. This shift isn't just about economic anxiety, it's creating an unparalleled wealth generation opportunity if you know exactly how to position yourself. But you can no longer be a general worker, relying on one employer and doing basic, easily automated tasks. You have to transition into a high-value specialist. The modern successful American acts as a company of one, diversifying their income portfolio and leveraging AI to do all the heavy lifting.
How do you do that? By mastering these 3 irreplaceable skill pillars. First, creator or distribution. If you can capture and drive attention to a product, you will always have value. Second, the complex synthesizer. This one is absolutely crucial. An AI can write a generic marketing email, sure, but it doesn't actually understand the emotional pain a 45-year-old mom feels trying to buy fitness gear on a Tuesday night. The human synthesizer does. And third, the localized asset manager. Handling physical, high-trust local services and compliance that an algorithm literally cannot touch.
Section 5. Your 4-step action plan for financial resilience.
All right, this is your definitive, highly actionable blueprint to future-proof your income starting today. Let's walk through this checklist. Step 1. Audit your income dependency. If 100% of your money comes from one company, you are one email away from financial ruin. Build a secondary stream that covers just 20% of your rent. Step 2. Master AI workflows. Don't just use AI to write funny poems. Learn to use it to automate 50% of your current workload to free up your time. Step 3. Relocate digitally if you can. Earn US dollars but live in an area with a lower cost of living. And Step 4. Build in public. In 2026, your digital footprint on platforms like LinkedIn or YouTube Shorts is your actual resume.
So the crucial takeaway here is this. The economy isn't ending. It's just changing habits. The people trying to force the old rules to work are going to continue to struggle. But if you look at the data we just covered, adapt your skills to these new pillars, and embrace this decentralized future, there's actually never been a better time in human history to build wealth.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a provocative thought. What is the biggest economic pressure you are feeling right now in your city? I want you to really think about that. Because the more we understand these localized pressures and how they relate to the global data, the better equipped we all are to adapt into high-value specialists. Keep learning, keep adapting, and thanks so much for joining me today.